Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Good morning, happy Sunday. It is blue sky in San Diego. I don't see a cloud in sight. Springtime, birds chirping, bees being, and time for a love morning. A chance to share some gratitude, to focus our days in the direction of connection, kindness, and gratitude. And whatever else that you want to add to the mix to make your little personal smoothie of intention for the day. I'm going to add some calm in there, a little no urgency in there. I've been trying to, well, I'm not trying to, I made a recording, a gratitude recording of what I'm grateful for. And it's part of this morning meditation or morning practice. I think it's originally from Tony Robbins. It was taught to me by another practitioner. But you first go through gratitude, and then you go from gratitude to this acknowledgement that everything is being taken care of by this divine force. You surrender all of your worries to be taken care of by the divine, and then you think about what you want to feel today, what emotions, I want to feel affirmed, I want to feel grateful, I want to feel calm, and then what you want to do today, and then you imagine yourself doing those things and feeling those things. So I've been trying to do that every morning. And that's kind of an extension of this in a way. What are the things how do we want to feel today? I want to feel connected. I want to be a person. Actually, no, it's different. The one is how you want to feel. This is about who I want to be. Love Morning is about who do I want to be. Who do you want to be today? Who do you want to be? That's Oingo Boingo. Speaking of Oingo Boingo, good morning, Paul Griffin. Paul is grateful for this beautiful day and all the life around us. Yes! I have been so enjoying springtime. And that's even in San Diego. We got crappy nature here. We got like brush. We got ocean, yes, but not like rivers and streams. But it is Love Morning, so I'm supposed to start with a song. Good morning to you. Welcome to this Love Morning. It's a time to celebrate gratitude. Welcome to Love Morning. We make up a song to start it, and when we get together, we lift attitude. Welcome. This is a daily practice. This is actually, I just got the Facebook notification that we've been doing this 2 years. 2 years of Love Morning. So thank you for being here today. Good morning, Lucy Ball. God bless you. Lucy Ball the dog. And good morning, Brandy. Good morning, Gerbot. Paul is grateful for reptiles and samurai, also on Go Boingo. You know, the end of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which is the next song that we're going to be, or next movie we're going to be reviewing on the Hard on the 80s podcast. It ends with the Oingo Boingo song, goodbye, 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 goodbye. And I was thinking, man, I'm sure that was Danny Elfman's first soundtrack, and now he's like king of the soundtracks, right? Anyway, good morning. This is a place for gratitude. What are you grateful for if you're here? I am grateful for my dad. It is my dad's 82nd birthday. He is 30 years older than me. Well, a little more because I will turn 52 in May. And I have been feeling so grateful for my dad lately. I just posted some writing that I did about my dad, about a conversation we had last week that I think I've mentioned here. I'll take in a few more gratitudes. Brandy is grateful for honey vanilla Cheerios. Wow, cereal evolution has gone so far. I'm grateful for Honey Nut Cheerios too, because Honey Nut Cheerios, they broke the mold. When I was growing up, there was adult cereals, adult cereals, and then there were sugar cereals. The sugar cereals, like Captain Crunch and Lucky Charms, like clearly sugary cereals. And then there were things like Raisin Bran and Chex. Frosted Flakes was a sugar cereal. And some families you were allowed to have sugar cereals, and some families not. My family, no sugar cereals. However, there was a revolution. The whole system went into upheaval. There's a collapse of normalcy when Honey Nut Cheerios came out, because honey is natural, right? Nuts, natural. Cheerios, that's a cereal that we're allowed to eat. So Honey Nut Cheerios, it's like health food, right? And Honey Nut Cheerios transcended the sugar cereal barrier and was acceptable in my family. So I was able to eat Honey Nut Cheerios, which is a sweet cereal. Not as sweet as, Count Chocula or whatever those super sweet ones were, but it was delicious compared to regular Cheerios. Oh my God, whole nother world. So I am super grateful for Honey Nut Cheerios. And I'm grateful that I did not develop child obesity habits or diabetes from my massive intake of cereal, especially sugar cereal once I got to college. When I was allowed to eat whatever I want, I would eat box after box after box of generic Lucky Charms. I think they were called Lucky Shapes or Lucky Puffs or something like that. And I had a wall of my room with boxes of Magic Stars. That's what they were. They're called Magic Stars. Yes. Cereal. Paul pointed out, grateful for the ambiguity of grape nuts. See, Paul and I were talking this earlier about Rock Flakes would be a cereal that dentists would recommend to try to get, your money. But grape nuts are not that far from that. Grape nuts, first time I tried grape nuts, I was like, is this food? This tastes like garden soil. I'm pretty sure this is garden soil. Yeah, I am no fan of grape nuts. Good morning, Becky. Good morning, Regina and Kelly. Regina's here from Texas and is grateful for this Sunday. Good rest and excellent coffee. Beautiful list. Thank you. Valerie is grateful to be back in gorgeous San Diego and for spending the weekend on my friend's boat and sailing to find whales this afternoon. Rad! Jennifer saying she grew up with grape nuts. Well, you should probably talk to your therapist about that. There's a lot of trauma that can happen with a childhood full of grape nuts. Speaking of trauma, that's what I wrote about. I wrote about how I am so grateful to my dad. I'm so honored to be his son. And so it's been difficult lately as I've been investigating my early trauma that informed the person I am today. Like, how do I say I didn't get what I wanted as a kid or I needed as a kid without it feeling like an attack on my parents? And I think I did a pretty good job of explaining to him by saying, dude, you fucking crushed it as a dad, especially with the assignment you were given at the time. In the 70s, you're a dad. You provided for the family. You took care of all the things that a man's supposed to do. Mom was at home doing the mom loving, pampering, soft stuff. You did the hard stuff. And who knew that sensitive little Johnny was craving some soft stuff from his dad? And without getting that, I think there may have been some unmet needs that led to some still present old patterns that need to be dismantled. Needs for approval, fear of if you don't do it right, love will be removed. But I'm so glad that as I shared where I'm at with my parents, they both were very understanding. They were not defensive. They recognized that this is the way of growth, and it is not an attack on parents to investigate the things, because this is what life is. Luann is grateful for stunning views in Reno today. Ooh, lovely. Hello, Kelly. Kelly says us Gen Xers have some pretty heavy food trauma. We were talking about that yesterday. Do you remember the food pyramid? Do they still have a food pyramid? The food pyramid used to be like 5 servings of bread. I remember pizza was considered health food because it had bread, lots of bread, which you need 5 servings of that. It had tomato sauce, which we counted as a vegetable, and it had cheese, and milk was, a pretty hefty. Dairy was a big part of the food pyramid too. So pizza was considered healthy. That was a good, solid meal if you're trying to eat healthy. Now, I don't know anyone that would consider traditional pizza to be good for you. Jennifer today is grateful for her parents and childhood. And Izzy is grateful that went to visit Dad in the hospital today, and he is doing fine, and he's coming home tomorrow. Also grateful for having calls with my godfather and my uncle, whom I don't talk to often. Nice. I've decided that I will call them more often, since cell phone subscriptions in France include calls to Reunion Island now. That's a real place. That's cool. That's beautiful, Izzy. Thank you for sharing. Guten Morgen, Pierre. Pierre is grateful for having a loving partner. That makes me happy. Thank you for sharing. Everyone, share your wins. I do not remember Smurf berries, Brandy, although, who knows? I mean, there was a lot of sugar cereals. I wasn't allowed to eat sugar cereals. Couldn't even go down that aisle in the grocery store. Pierre just got Dutch Honey Nut Cheerios. Honingringrets. Ooh, those sound good. Gerbot says he just always buried his Cheerios in sugar. See, we weren't allowed to put sugar on our cereal. We did not have a sugar bowl. That was not part of our house. 6 to 8 servings of carbs. Isn't that crazy? Kelly's grateful to be moving back to California. Regina saying that the food pyramid is now vertical lines. Interesting. Not the horizontal lines that we grew up with. Interesting. Good morning, Joyous. I am grateful for... Yesterday was an interesting day for me. I had some struggle yesterday because I had a pretty full day, and Kelly's saying this is her first time tuning in, and it's like more coffee with friends in the morning. Yay, good. That's what it should be. And also the goal of it is, one, to recognize that we're not alone. We're surrounded by like-minded, open-hearted people in the world. And then as we kind of collect this energy of gratitude, bring that into our days and kind of psych ourselves up in the direction of the kind of people that we want to be today. I suggest seeking connection, finding opportunities to be kind, and looking for things to be grateful for. But you can add to that too. Whatever, if you got like something big today and you're like, okay, I need to make sure I'm patient today, so I'm gonna set my sails in the direction of patience in addition to kindness, gratitude, and connection. Jennifer's favorite cereal is Special K Red Berries. I find that Special K Red Berries has too much ketamine in it. Oh, not that Special K Red Berry. Got it. Okay, sorry. Never mind. Joyous is grateful for her ability to unattach emotionally to physical stuff while packing. Also grateful to be moving back to San Diego in 9 days. That's exciting. And sounds stressful. Moving is hard. I was never a fan of Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, to me, the few times I've had it, you could call it roof shredder. It just like, my mouth, it became it was like taking a metal... My mouth was not equipped to eat Captain Crunch. Maybe you're supposed to put Captain Crunch, maybe you have to soak it in milk longer than I was willing to wait. Gotta have patience to eat Captain Crunch, apparently. Kelly is grateful for amazing family. My parents were my best friends, leaving a relationship, new adventures, and DGS tickets. Woo woo! Good list. Good morning, Lori B. Lori B saying they have pizza flavored snack things in school lunches now. Instead of pizza, a pizza flavored snack. I remember that the school lunches, gosh, they used to be so. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody that said, yeah, this is healthy. Like pizza. Pizza was a thing we had all the time. Super cheesy and soggy. And I used to use my money to buy brownies. They had these big, gooey, thick, delicious brownies that I would buy every day in junior high. So yesterday was a difficult day for me, I was saying, because I had a full day and it was a beautiful Saturday in San Diego, and I had one plan in the morning and then it got canceled. After this, Love Morning. I have this every day, and then I actually take it back. When I say I have nothing on my schedule, that means I have 3 broadcasts. I have morning love broadcast, then I have gratitude at noon, and then I have gratitude at 6 p.m. So. But I also was gonna, my podcast recording yesterday got canceled. So then I'm like, I got the free day, I can do anything. And that can be hard for me. Because then I feel like, I gotta make the most of this day, I gotta do something, I gotta be productive. And one of the things I used to do when I had a free day, and I'm like, I got nothing to do, might as well get buzzed, get a little high and go for a bike ride, or get high and organize or clean something, or get high and walk around the block. But I'm not getting high. So I struggled a little bit. And I really felt the boredom, felt the pressure of what am I going to do? And I had to really do a lot of no urgency, coming back to presence. And I did end up doing quite a few things. I ended up going to Kobe swap meet in the morning, and that did not give me the feeling that I was hoping for. I used to love Kobe swap meet. I didn't like it. And then I met up with a friend and picked up some burritos and hung out with their family. Met a new friend, their neighbor, and then exercised. And then I went to dinner with a friend who is also taking on sobriety right now. And both of us were not at a party that a bunch of our friends were at, because it wouldn't have felt right. And so a lot went good. It was ended up being a good day. I did end up eating ice cream at the end of the night. 2 servings. Well, no, 2, too much ice cream. I ate too much ice cream at the end of the night. So I did self-soothe. I wasn't quite on track with my discipline. But my discipline has been pretty awesome lately. I'll tell you my morning routine in just a second. Paul's saying that those brownies doubled as sculpture material. Very true. And spackle, if you have any sort of plumbing needs or wall filling. Tom, good morning, Tom. Tom's saying that one of my favorite camps I've ever seen was Saturday morning cartoons, complete with every type of cereal and milk in front of 2 big screens with tunes shaded by superhero bed sheets. Don't underestimate the power of cereal. Cereal is also one of my binge deals. If I don't have any sweets in the house, I will have keto cereal with erythritol on it. And it's like dessert. So I love cereal. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like Captain Crunch. Faith, good morning, Faith in Florida. Faith is grateful for a day to do nothing. Yeah. Joy is saying the last rave I ever threw was called Saturday Morning Cartoons, and we did the same thing. Cereal and big screens and DJs, of course. Esta. Good morning, Esta. Lori B is grateful that I may be developing a new female friend now that we both go to the gym. Yay for new friends. Brandy's saying every other Friday our school had individual small cheese pan pizzas. They were so good. Brandy's saying that she munches dry Cheerios all day. You're like a toddler. That's toddler food, right? David saying, hoping to make 2023 my first Burning Man. That is exciting. I've been thinking a lot about Burning Man. Well, no, I take that back. I have not been thinking much about Burning Man. Surprisingly little about Burning Man. But I did think about it this morning and be like, am I going to go to Burning Man this year? All right. Jennifer says, I'm grateful that you are teaching me to be a love ambassador. I work as a cashier, and the other day a customer told me her husband had just passed. I came around and we hugged and cried together and then talked of the future and her reason to go on. Her grandchildren. Thank you for teaching me to be a caring person. It was a beautiful moment. Thank you, Jennifer. You know, people say, if I can just make a difference in one person's life, guess what? We probably have that opportunity every day. And when you practice being out in the world, looking for opportunities to connect, then once that happens, and you can snap out of what's next, you can go, oh, here's a human being that needs something right now. And you can be there for them. That is your purpose. That is your purpose. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing that. That is really beautiful. Michelle saying, yes, you're going to Burning Man, and so am I. Okay. I got to go get the Hugmobile in shape or figure out what I'm going to do, because if it's anywhere near the temperature of last year, I am ill-equipped. I'm actually thinking, like, how much money do I just bite the bullet and sell a kidney and get a new RV with like a nice AC in it? You made my day, Jennifer. If you feel that this love ambassador training is helping you to be that person in the world, I am so honored. Tara is grateful for finally putting myself first and leaving a relationship that made me feel bad about myself for too long. I finally found my voice and embracing myself for once. Oh, that is so hard. It is so hard to leave the comfort of a relationship, even if it's bad. But you got to get to that place, where the pain of being a bud is greater than the fear of becoming a flower. So good job. Fuck yeah. Yay. Thank you for sharing. And that's why I so love these love mornings and the gratitude circles, because you get to be inspired by one another. Every day is not a triumph day, but other people have triumph days, and then you hear them and you go, yes, I can do this. We could do this. And then life is so much better as I say, humaning is a team sport. That's another t-shirt I'm going to make. Who wants a humaning is a team sport t-shirt? The other shirt, I love making t-shirts. Is it obvious? I want to make one that says no urgency. I think, was it Michelle? Were you the one that just told me you should put that on a t-shirt? I think, Michelle, you said that. Kimberly is grateful for sleeping 10 hours 2 nights in a row and for catching live both mornings. Wow. Rip Van Kimberly. That's impressive. I was feeling pretty stoked that I've been getting averaging, I think, 7.5 hours. But that's amazing. Good for you. Sleep is so important. That's one of the big motivators to me to stop drinking, was that it was fucking with my sleep so much. Gerbot saying it is time for a new rig, right? With a AC and a pop out. I'm afraid of pop out since I don't use it enough. Well, there's so many decisions to make when it's time to get a new RV. Do I want Class B, Class C, Class A? How do I want it more for trips or more for being parked? Brandy's saying, no matter what else is going on, every single minute I spend here with all of us, it's with a smile. Yay. Pierre also slept 10 hours, 2 nights. Is there something going on with the crescent moon, this little new moon that is allowing you guys to sleep so long? Giza says, grateful to have made it to this gratitude session, grateful for the sunshine today and the brunch that I'm making for myself and my boys. And the opportunity to spend a day with this pair of goofballs. Grateful to also be bringing my man to the burn this year for his first and my 6th. Also grateful for souls like you and other awesome love ambassadors. Doesn't that just like, don't you just feel the ripples of that? Doesn't that just like make you charged up a little more for the day, knowing that there's a fellow love ambassador like Gisa? I hope I pronounced that G correctly. Gisa. Yes. Awesome. David saying, I wanted to let you know that I appreciate you and your beautiful words and of course your videos. Been watching for a few years, trying to see another side of the world. Oh, David! Thank you. I've had quite a year. And some of it has knocked me on my fucking ass. And really, I had some moments a month ago where I was really doubting myself. And I was really thinking that maybe I need to just turn off everything I do online and just go silent until I figure my shit out. And then I doubled down. I said, nope, I'm going to just share myself going through the shit. And it just seems to be just getting better and better. And it seems like it's still helpful, even though I'm more fucked up and less confident than I've ever been. There's still something that draws us together and helps us learn together and helps us inspire one another. So, thank you, David. Hello, Evelyn. Hello to you in France. Good morning. Much love to you. Joy says, I've been taking a lot of deep breaths this past 4 days and so grateful that I taught her no urgency, which I'm repeating to myself multiple times throughout the day. This is really like, I've never had this before. What if I say no urgency? I feel something every time I say it. I feel like this whoo up my body. And I don't know. I'm also, for the first time in my life, part of this chapter I'm in is I'm trying to practice being aware of my body in a way that I never have even close. But as I am tuning into the communication of my body, things like that, I'm like, what the fuck? No urgency. So all these like wacky things that I used to be like say affirmations out loud, say I love you into the mirror, like, okay, yeah, I know I love myself. No, I gotta start practicing these, say it out loud, do the goofy thing that is probably not goofy. Oh, speaking of goofy things, and we'll do a hug in a moment, but H instead of G. Oh, Hisa. Thank you, Hisa. Thank you for correcting me. I'm pretty terrible with names, so thanks for your patience. Kelly's saying last year was my first year at Burning Man in a camper trailer. Game changer. Last year was tough no matter what, but I can't imagine doing last year in a tent. Oh my God. I'm gonna make a playlist on YouTube of the videos that I am listening to every day. I don't watch them, I just listen to them. But for me, YouTube is easier to listen to on my phone than, I don't know. Because they're my videos and it's easier for me to upload there. I think that's why I did it. So I have I have 2 affirmations that I'm listening to. One is by Prince EA, one is mine, and I kind of do between which one I feel like listening to. And then I have a morning gratitude that I mentioned earlier today that I said it, I recorded it so it's easier for me to remember it. Okay, so I'll tell you what I do. I wake up, I listen to affirmations as I stretch. And then when the sun comes up, I walk towards the sun so I can get 5 to 10 minutes of sunlight. That's a Huberman Labs thing about getting your sleep cycles in a good place. So then I listen to the gratitude thing that I recorded. And then today, for the first time, I listened to my morning blessing, which I haven't listened to in a long time, and it's so good. Not to pat myself on the back, but it's so good. So these 3 recordings are now part of my morning routine. And then I come home. Today, I walked out and ran back, and then I took a cold shower. And then I made some mushroom beverage, and then I wrote. And then it was 9 o'clock, and then I'm here. So no wonder today is a good day. I am rocking my morning routines. Michelle is also doing trauma work, somatic healing, and deep reparenting currently. Oh, right on. So the shares have been so valuable. Thank you for sharing. You've helped me greatly. Oh, that makes me happy to hear too, Michelle. I think that there was a part of me that felt like if I say, oh yeah, I've discovered that there's deep parts of me that are unhealed, that there's a part of me that feels unlovable and unworthy, that people go, but you're the self-love guy, you're like Hug Nation guy, you fucking fraud, and so that's one reason I shaved my head, is because all right, I'm not Hug Nation guy, I'm just this human, and this human is figuring out who he's going to be next. Oh, Gerbot, yes, I pay for premium YouTube. That's like the most valuable service that I pay for. YouTube ads, oh my gosh, I use YouTube so much that I can't. Paying to bypass ads is so worth it to me. If I ever have a chance to, money spent avoiding ads is like therapy. It's way cheaper than therapy, but you don't have to deal with marketing messages all the time. That's my investment tip of the morning. Pay to avoid ads if you can. Carolyn said she did last year in a tent. Good morning, Carolyn. Love you. My mom was Lebanese, and I just channeled my inner Arabic warrior. Oh, that's awesome. Good for you. Thank you, Tara. Tara, I say it both ways. I'm sorry. Like I said, name's not my strong point. Hisa says, good for you. You got this, and I'm proud of you for doing the deep work and being vulnerable. Thank you. Thank you, Hisa. Michelle had a good childhood too. And I've learned that trauma is subtle. It doesn't need to be hideous and overt to be trauma. Yeah. That took me a long time to address that. In fact, a friend who's been very supportive of me pointed out that 3 years ago we had a conversation, or 2.5 years ago, and you said that you were not affected by childhood trauma. I'm like, yeah, that's what I used to think. Hi, Bex. Bex says, love the radical honesty. You're human just like the rest of us. Yes, sometimes painfully so. It is interesting that, that the wiser, I won't say wiser, I'll say the older, I'll say wiser. The older and wiser I get, the less confident. Is that right? Maybe the more at peace with not knowing. Maybe that's what it is. Well, we will have a hug now. How about that? We'll have a hug before you go, Brandy, if you're still here. Hear about saying grateful that I have the courage to share these struggles because we all go through similar things in our lives. The secret sauce is being honest and authentic with yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Dawn. Hello to you in snowy Utah. In the 20s and more snow. It's, I think, 50 something here. Kelly's saying that my 81-year-old father came to Burning Man for the first time last year. What? And he wanted to stay in my shift pod. I offered my RV, but he said no. Whoa! What a trooper. He's going to come support my art piece. That's incredible. My dad turns 82 today. We celebrated on Friday, but he turned 82 today, and I would not ask him to be in a shift pod or a tent. I don't think he would either. I'm not even sure if he... I mean, after last year, there's no way he's going. I mean, anybody that's close to me that saw how fucking wrecked I was last year, it'd be hard to convince them to go to Burning Man. Jennifer saying, to be sure, there was trauma in my childhood, but we all lived. Grateful for that. Well, you beautiful people. Oh my gosh, I am so inspired by us and this, and I'm so grateful for the beautiful positive words that I've heard, and it is such an affirming message, and I hope you all feel this too, that we are all fully qualified right now to be love ambassadors. If you didn't hear Jennifer's story about, oh my God, it's such a... Jennifer's a cashier, and someone came through her line dealing with the traumatic loss of her partner. I hope that's right. And Jennifer was able to be there for her and cry together and hold her. You don't have to get thousands of hours of therapeutic practice to be a love ambassador. You don't need any grand training. You don't need to figure out your shit. You don't have to work through your trauma. You just have to have love for fellow human beings that are trying their best to human. And when you can be there, when you can offer a little connection, a little kindness to someone, anyone, you're a love ambassador, and you make the world a better place. So thank you, all of you, for helping make the world a better place. And even for supporting one another. You know, like I would guess that Jennifer, as you share with us and you see what you sharing with us does for us, it inspires you. It gives you strength to be, yes, I can do this more. So as we get supported by one another, it gives us strength, because honestly, the world is not full of this vibe. And it gets easy to be discouraged. It gets easy to be like, I'll just kind of like keep to myself. I'll walk past that person on the side of the road. I'll just, But when we share these stories and say, oh, I stopped, I didn't give money to this guy, but I looked him in the eye and I said, good luck. And I acknowledged him as a human being. Yes, that's a love ambassador thing to do. So thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. So wherever you are, all around this beautiful planet, and if you're watching this recording, thank you for being a part of this vibe. Let's give ourselves a big squeeze. And as you feel these arms holding you, let it be my arms and the arms of all those here, all the people who shared these beautiful stories, beautiful energies, all this gratitude. Feel ourselves wrapped in that place, others holding us as we hold them, sinking into this shared oneness, this shared humanity. We're all so much more alike than we are different. Let's forgive ourselves when we stray from our best, and forgive others, and just become part of this oneness as we take a deep breath in and hold it and squeeze and feel us holding you. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you beautiful love ambassadors, thank you for being here for this love morning, this part of Hug Nation. I love you. So if you heard me talking to people and you go, I didn't see their name here, I am currently live on YouTube and on Facebook. So there are beautiful, amazing people in both places because there's only one place. Hug Nation is a place beyond the physical. It doesn't matter where your feet are, it matters where your heart is. Have a beautiful day. Love you. Hi, Helen. Hi, Chris. Goodbye, everyone.